Genshin Impact boycotters are super mad that HoYoverse, the developer of the game, announced a bug fix to Nuvolet, and then upon receiving significant backlash, immediately rolled that bug fix back to put the character back to the way it had originally been implemented into the game, even though it was not how the developers imagined the character actually operating. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Also, hit that like button. Let's get this video past the YouTube algorithm censors and more people can see it. I wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And this here was reported in the Genshin Impact subreddit that players were compensated 100 Primo Gems, which is the Genshin Impact's in-game premium currency, after HoYoverse adjusted the rotation speed of Nuvolet's charged attack. This is what the message players got. Explain to them why they were receiving the 100 Primo Gems. It says bug fix compensation for the issue whereby Nuvolet could rotate at an unusually high speed when casting his charged attack, resulting in an abnormal attack range. Primo Gems times 100. Well, there was significant backlash to this bug fix, given the fact that lots of players had purchased the character. He had been or spent Primo Gems, bought Primo Gems in order to pull on this character, etc. And so there was a ton of backlash against this change, and HoYoverse acted almost immediately and rolled back the change, and they explained it in a post to X, which reads this: after the version 4.8 update, we have been paying close attention to the feedback regarding the new version, of which includes the fix to the abnormal rotation speed for Nuvolet's charged attack. After reading through all of your feedback, we truly understand everyone's concerns. We are sincerely sorry that this fix has resulted in an unsatisfactory experience for our travelers, and we realize that no matter what the original intention was, modifications to any released characters would hurt the trust and support that our players have given us. Thus, we would like to sincerely apologize to all of you. Prior to this, the dev team noticed that under certain circumstances, players could achieve high-speed rotations with Nuvolet during his charged attack by adjusting the sensitivity of mouse DPI settings, which allowed them to inflict 360-degree damage. However, for travelers using different devices, achieving similar results proved to be difficult. Moreover, the high camera rotation speed would result in visual blurry of game scenery and enemies, which significantly deviates from the usual game experience. The developer's original intention was to ensure that under normal gameplay, Nuvolet's charged attack damage remained consistent without affecting the intended controls by travelers, whereby normal rotation speed or shaking could be achieved. With this premise, we aimed to adjust the rotation speed to a reasonable range to ensure travelers' consistent experience over different devices. With multiple factors needed to be considered, repeated discussions and testing, the fix was implemented in version 4.8. After the fix went live and travelers experienced it firsthand, players provided a lot of feedback regarding the fix. Some travelers mentioned that using Nuvolet's charged attack now felt more clunky, which was indeed an oversight on our part. Therefore, after gathering and compiling feedback and suggestions from travelers, we have decided to roll back this fix in a subsequent update and issue a compensation of 1,600 Primo Gems to travelers accordingly. Please stay tuned for further notices regarding the specific update schedule and issuance of compensation. The company HoYoverse then apologized, saying, "We once again sincerely apologize to all of the travelers. We thank you for your support. It is because of all of you that Genshin Impact has come this far. In future updates, we will be more cautious in decisions related to content that has been released to provide the best possible gaming experience for travelers." They then would also issue a follow-up post where it was a much shorter kind of just, this is what we're doing. And it says, rolled back the fix to the issue whereby Nuvolet could rotate at an unusually high speed when casting his charged attack, resulting in an abnormal attack range, and then shares the compensation details with the 1,600 Primo Gems and when you can claim them between July 18 and August 28th right there. And if you don't claim it within 30 days, you will not be getting it. So that is what they did. They got a lot of complaints. They immediately changed it and rolled it back. And the boycotters are big mad about this. So if you don't know what's going on with this Genshin Impact boycott, there's a petition that kind of explains a lot of it. It most has to do with the fact of the character designs for the game's upcoming Natlan region. And the petition, which had over 78,000 signatures when I wrote this article earlier this week, says this: we call on MiHoYo to stop cultural appropriation and whitewashing in their games and to commit to respectful and accurate representation of all cultures. MiHoYo, a leading game development company, has repeatedly taken inspiration from indigenous cultures without proper representation and respect. In particular, the many characters from Sumeru and Natlan in Genshin Impact and from Pinakoni and Honkai Star Rail are all clearly white or only lightly tanned at best, with the exception of some enemy NPCs, which has sparked concerns of racism among players and indigenous community. So they can't even get their facts straight here. They say all are clearly white and then say that, oh, that's not actually true. There are some that aren't that way. Like, you can't even make this stuff up. They can't even keep their story straight in their own petition. But nevertheless, it goes on and declares this: cultural appropriation and whitewashing perpetuate harmful stereotypes and diminish the rich cultural heritage of indigenous communities. These practices not only misrepresent cultures, but also contribute to ongoing marginalization and disrespect. All of this is absolute nonsense because the game is fiction. It takes place in a fictional world called Tevat, and does not actually represent any real world cultures or people. Sure, it takes inspiration from them, but it wholly transforms them, makes them its own. There is no, as far as I know, there is no country or region or area in the real world called Natlan that is in this world of Tevat. Like, just does not exist. It is a fiction. It is created from the imagination, from the creative juices of the developers at HoYoverse. Nevertheless, it goes on to demand this: MiHoYo to engage with indigenous cultural consultants, revise existing content to ensure accurate representation, commit to creating diverse and inclusive characters. If all of this sounds familiar, it sounds like the tactics that Kim Belair, CEO of Sweet Baby Inc., said that she would encourage developers to employ in order to get DI consultants into a game, and kind of pushing all of this woke ideology that these boycotters are clearly demanding. Remember, she said she wanted to terrify developers and was basically implying she was going to use social media mobs to do that. And that is exactly what this kind of looks like. Unfortunately for them, HoYoverse does not seem to really care about what these boycotters think. And these people are super, super mad about the fact that they did indeed respond to criticism, backlash, whatever you want to call it, over Nouvelette, and have not actually responded to their criticisms over the character designs in the game. Here are a number of examples here. We've got this guy, You Spoony Bard. He wrote this: I can't even imagine how you guys sleep at night. Fix Natlan. It's not hard. It's not even wrong. The fact half the splash art is whiter than me is appalling. So the guy clearly has an issue with the fact, with the character's race, and that the fact that he's saying that they are white. I think that kind of shows where this person is coming from and what they actually believe. A full 10 pull for a niche move on PC only and radio silent on the issue that matters. Shame. Why? Hashtag why are they white? HoYo. In another post, he wrote this: wow, just wow. Not even a third of all users could even do this attack. Not on mobile, not on console. Less than 24 hours and you respond. Yet here we are. Here VAs are, and you said nothing in almost a week. Shame on you. Hashtag why are they white, HoYo? I mean, this guy is so mad, so angry that HoYoverse is not even recognizing their petition or his complaints. Got another person here, Mikoyo, writing, fix Natlan next. And then all caps, y'all can address this, but not the skin color issue in Natlan. I mean, these are people are absolutely unhinged. And look how many likes they're getting, though, too. You can see this one's got over 1,000. One down here's got almost 3,000 when I took the screenshots, probably more than that. And the reach that they're getting here, too, which is interesting. It's got over 100,000 views, but only 3,000 likes. That's not a good percentage there. BB Akon, I'm not sure, or BB Bacon, I don't know. Not even 24 hours go by and we get a Nouvelette rollback, but still nothing on blatant colorism. Has this GIF reaction here or video reaction. Super, super mad. We got this guy, NWH Peters. He said, where's your statement on colorism? Just Jeremy wrote, so you do see the feedback and are choosing to not address Natlin being whitewashed. You have an opportunity here to not only show that your community means something to you, but even bigger, showing that respect to culture and Black and brown voices are important and listen to, not just to profit off of by using their culture. Actually insane behavior, total projection right here. The only person being insane is this guy here, demanding HoYoverse change their game to fit his perception of what it should be. Dr. Yash Tawari also wrote this. Could you please clarify or rephrase your question about addressing colorism? So not happy about the post that Genshin Impact made there. We got this guy, Adorkable Racer. Now fix the colorism and Orientalism. Racist DNI, you're not invited. CEO of Farina posted this. I ain't reading all that. Fix your Natlin characters. We got all caps here from Renegade Serenite. Talk about Natlin, not this crap. So these people are super mad. You can see these are just a handful of examples. There were a ton of them, and they're going to continue to rage. They're going to continue to throw a fit. But this is kind of how you deal with these people. You tell them, you don't even address them, and you just continue making the game. You continue raking in the money. I think in June, I saw that Genshin Impact brought in $50 million globally, something like $65 million or something like that, just in China. So making bank. And remember, that's just in 1 month, and that's just one of their games, Genshin Impact. Obviously, they have a number of games out now. Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, their most recent one. And then obviously, I think their first game was Honkai Impact 3D. So they're just making a lot of money. People, I think, are very happy with the game. And it's just these boycotters here that are really, at the end of the day, are woke ideologues. They're the ones who are really angry, really unhappy. And they seem to be following the playbook explained by Kim Belair in her Game Developers Conference speech back in what I think was 2019, where she would basically implied that she would use social media mobs like this to try and terrify developers into changing their game. Unfortunately, I think Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail is way too big. These people are not going to affect the bottom line at all. And I think we've seen from other video games that these people don't affect the bottom line at all because they don't actually purchase video games. And it's unlikely that they actually play any of these games to any serious extent. You can just look at the numerous examples of games that Sweet Baby Inc. Has consulted on that have been released in the past year. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, probably the biggest example. $200 million impairment charge Warner Brothers Discovery had to take. Massive tax write-off, massive loss, massive financial disaster for that game. And now Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, looks to be the next one following suit. Has not even gotten over 700 concurrent players. Looks like that game is going to be another financial disaster as well. But let me know what you guys make of these people just absolutely going crazy here, raging on social media over the fact that HoYoverse is not responding to their boycott and their demands to inject woke ideology into the game. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.